All right, let's dive into BONK. It's making some serious waves, and we're going to figure out why.
It's been explosive, hasn't it? Really captivating to watch.
It is. It is. So is it just hype? Or is there something more here? That's what we're here to find out.
Right, exactly.
There to buy it, what the future holds, all that good stuff.
The whole 9 yards.
We're talking token burns, Robinhood listings, maybe even some institutions are getting interested. Sounds like a wild ride, right?
Yeah, it's definitely got that meme coin energy, that Dogecoin next big thing kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And it's riding that Solana wave too, which is interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let's break down some numbers because the numbers are pretty impressive. Our analysis shows BONK is sitting at, what is it, 0.00000054 LN,
Yeah.
up 12% just today.
Wow.
Market cap, $4.06 billion.
Yeah.
And get this, trading volume in the last 24 hours, 1.68 billion.
That's huge.
It is huge. That's a volume to market cap ratio of like 41.5%.
Yeah, people are definitely paying attention, that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
But what's driving it, right?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Exactly. Is it just hype, or is there something more substantial underneath?
Let's get into it. First up, this BONK burn campaign. They're trying to burn 1 trillion tokens.
A trillion.
Trillion. That's like $55 million worth of BONK gone by Christmas.
That's pretty aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just for show, though, you know. It's a classic move, trying to reduce supply to increase scarcity, hopefully drive up demand, push that price higher.
Right. Basic economics. But does it actually work?
Good question.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And on top of that, the trading volume on Coinbase, it's insane. BONK is actually outperforming some pretty big names.
Like who?
Solana, PEPE,
Oh, wow.
Shiba Inu, even Wife Doge.
It's really carving out its own space, then.
It really is. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, there's a rumor going around. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Oh, what's the rumor?
A potential Robinhood listing.
Oh, wow.
Remember what happened when Dogecoin got listed?
Oh, yeah. Game changer.
Game changer. Opened the floodgates. Brought in tons of new investors. So if BONK gets listed...
Things could get very interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. But here's where things get even more interesting. It's not just retail investors who are looking at BONK. There's talk of institutional interest.
Institutional, really?
Yeah, there are whispers of a BONK exchange-traded product, an ETP.
Interesting. An ETP. So that means big investment firms could get exposure to BONK without actually owning the tokens directly.
Exactly.
That's a sign that they're starting to take BONK seriously. You know, like it's more than just a meme.
That's a huge deal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It adds legitimacy, could bring in even more investors.
But we can't forget, BONK is riding that meme coin wave too.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, absolutely. It's got that community energy, that shared excitement. People want to be part of something that's taking off.
It's like, can a meme coin actually have lasting value? That's what we're all wondering, right?
Right. Can it go beyond the hype?
We've seen the momentum. Now the question is, where could BONK go from here? What about price predictions?
Ooh, the crystal ball. Always tricky.
Always tricky. But we can look at the data, try to get a sense of the possibilities.
Right.
So short term, like 1 to 3 months out.
Yeah.
We're thinking maybe 0.000006 to 0.000007.
Could be, especially if that burn goes as planned. We get that Robinhood listing.
Right, assuming the market cooperates, of course.
Always a big if.
Always a big if. Now, midterm, 6 to 12 months out, we're thinking maybe even 0.00000.
I'll call.
Possible, right?
Yeah, if we see continued institutional adoption, that scarcity from the burn really kicking in.
And a bullish crypto market, don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial. The whole market needs to be healthy.
Now, long term, that's a tough one.
That's the real wild card. For any token, meme or not, to have lasting value, you need real-world use cases, a strong community, and a healthy overall market. If all those stars align.
Then what? Where could BONK go?
Maybe 0.00002 or even higher. It's definitely got potential.
But it is a meme coin. And meme coins...
volatile, unpredictable.
So caution is advised. All right, let's talk about where you can actually buy BONK. Now, it's available on a bunch of different exchanges.
Yeah, quite a few.
But for this deep dive, we're going to focus on KuCoin.
Great choice. KuCoin's a good one. Very user-friendly, good for beginners, good for experienced traders.
Absolutely. So first things first, you got to create an account, head over to their website, or you can download the app.
Super easy. Just follow the prompts. You'll probably need to go through that KYC process.
KYC.
Know your customer. It's standard these days. Just verifying your identity, making sure everything's compliant.
Right. Security and transparency.
Exactly.
Once your account is all set up and verified, you got to deposit some funds. You can deposit fiat currency like US dollars.
Or another cryptocurrency you already have.
USDT is a good one.
Like a digital dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got your account, you've got your funds. Now you need to find the BONK trading pair.
BOSDT probably. So you're buying BONK with your USDT.
And then place that buy order.
The moment of truth.
Now you've got two main options here. Market order or limit order. Market order, you're buying BONK instantly at the current price.
Boom, done.
Limit order, you set a specific price you're willing to buy at.
So if you're patient, want a better deal,
Limit order might be the way to go.
but it might not get filled, just keep that in mind, if the price doesn't hit your target.
Right, good point. So you bought your BONK, congrats. What's the most important thing to do now?
Secure those tokens.
Get them off the exchange into a secure wallet. Especially if you're holding long term.
Absolutely. Hardware wallets are the most secure offline storage for your private keys.
But they cost money.
Yeah. Software wallets are a good alternative if you're looking for convenience, and a lot of them are free.
Whatever you choose, make sure you understand how it works. And keep those private keys safe. Don't share them with anyone.
Ever. Big no-no.
Now, before we move on, I want to touch on something that I know some listeners are thinking.
What's that?
Is this just another pump and dump?
The skeptic in the room. It's a fair question, especially in the meme coin space. We've seen a lot of, let's say, questionable projects.
Yeah.
But BONK does seem to have some things going for it.
Like what?
Well, the team is actively building real-world utility for the token. It's not just about hype. They're working on something sustainable.
And they seem committed to building a community, fostering real use cases.
Right. The dApp integrations, the burn, even the potential for institutional interest. It's just a level of commitment that a lot of meme coins just don't have.
So what should our listeners be watching for?
Keep an eye on those real-world applications, how the community grows, the progress of the whole Solana ecosystem. Those are all good signs.
That's some great insight. All right, let's move on to part 2 of our deep dive, where we'll go even deeper into BONK and what it all means for the Solana ecosystem.
So BONK and Solana, it's like they're tied at the hip, you know?
Totally. BONK's journey, it's really intertwined with the whole Solana ecosystem. It's bigger than just BONK itself.
Right. It's about how BONK can actually influence Solana's growth, help it evolve.
Okay, so for anyone who's not totally familiar with Solana, can you give us a quick rundown? What makes it special?
It's kind of got that Ethereum killer reputation, you know? It's all about overcoming those limitations that Ethereum has, like high transaction fees and slower processing times.
Speed and scalability, that's the name of the game these days, especially for applications that need things to happen fast.
Exactly. Solana uses this unique consensus mechanism. It's called proof of history. It lets Solana process thousands of transactions per second. Super cheap compared to Ethereum.
And that's why developers love it.
Big time. And users too, of course. Nobody wants to wait around for transactions to go through.
Okay, so where does BONK fit into all this? How does it actually contribute to Solana's growth?
Well, like we talked about before, BONK is integrated into a bunch of these Solana-based dApps, right?
Decentralized applications.
Yep. And it's not just sitting there, it's actually being used for transactions, governance, all sorts of functions.
So it's actually adding value.
Exactly. And the more it gets used, the more demand there could be, potentially pushing up the price even more.
So it's like a win-win. BONK benefits from Solana's growth, and Solana benefits from all the activity that BONK brings in.
Totally. They feed off each other. It's a good example of how a meme coin, if it's designed well, can actually contribute to a bigger ecosystem.
It's almost like BONK is an ambassador for Solana, introducing new people to the platform.
Yeah, I like that. And as Solana keeps growing, getting more developers and users, BONK could ride that wave.
Makes sense. Now, competition. We've talked about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, PEPE. But what about some of the newer meme coins popping up?
Ah, yeah. The meme coin landscape is constantly changing. New players all the time. It's a wild world.
Like a battle royale.
Totally. So who should BONK be watching out for? Well, one that's been gaining some traction is...
Get any names?
Yeah, there's one called Ryaduk.
Okay.
It's on the Solana blockchain, just like BONK, but it's focusing on...
Interesting. So a slightly different approach.
Right, exactly. Trying to carve out its own niche.
Smart. What about, have you heard of?
Oh, yeah, that's another interesting one. They're doing something totally different with.
So lots of competition. That's got to be tough for BONK.
Yeah, it's a crowded space. But competition can be a good thing, you know? It forces everyone to be better.
Pushes them to innovate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And ultimately, a strong meme coin sector is good for everyone. If the whole space grows, all these tokens have a better chance.
Right. A rising tide lifts all boats. Oh. Now back to that Robinhood listing. What are the chances of that actually happening?
Hard to say, honestly. Robinhood's been pretty quiet about listing new coins. They're more focused on, improving their platform, expanding what they already offer.
So no hints, no inside scoop.
Not that I've heard.
Yeah.
But they have listed meme coins before, so it's not impossible.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep. Patience, young Padawan.
But it would be huge for BONK if it happens, right?
Oh, yeah. Price would probably go crazy.
But no guarantees in crypto. Do your research, stay informed, and all that.
Invest responsibly, folks. Can't stress that enough.
Okay, last thing before we wrap up this part of the deep dive.
Hit me.
The elephant in the room.
Pump and dump.
Is BONK just a pump and dump?
Yeah, it's a fair question. Especially with meme coins, there's always that risk. We've seen it happen before. Projects designed to make a quick buck leave everyone else holding the bag.
It's a real concern.
It is. But not all meme coins are like that, right? There are legitimate projects out there trying to build something real.
And how do we know if BONK is one of those?
Well, you look at the community, the team, what they're building. Are they focused on hype or are they focused on actual utility? With BONK, you see that commitment to the Solana ecosystem, the dApps, the token burn. It suggests they're in it for the long haul.
So it comes back to due diligence.
Exactly. Look beyond the memes, the hype, all that. Focus on the fundamentals. And of course, only invest what you can afford to lose.
Always good advice. All right, I think it's time to shift gears a bit. Let's talk about BONK's potential impact on the broader Solana ecosystem. That's a whole other conversation.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a big one.
All right, so we've talked about the market, the hype, how to buy BONK, even the competition.
And of course, the big question, is it a pump and dump?
Always got to ask that question. But now let's zoom out a bit.
The big picture.
Exactly. BONK and its impact on the Solana ecosystem.
Because it's not just about BONK in isolation, right? It's all connected.
Totally. So how could BONK's success actually benefit Solana, like tangible benefits?
Well, think about it. If more people are using BONK, they're also using the Solana network, right?
More transactions, more activity.
Exactly. And that attracts developers. More dApps, more innovation, the whole ecosystem expands.
It's like a chain reaction.
Right. And it's not just about the tech either. It's about reputation.
Yeah, if Solana has all these successful projects running on it,
It makes it look good. More attractive to other developers, other investors.
success breeds success.
Exactly. So it's not just about BONK hitting a certain price. It's about the ripple effects.
The bigger picture.
Exactly. BONK could help make Solana a more robust, more vibrant ecosystem.
That's pretty cool. But let's be real. There are always two sides to every coin.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the risks here? What could go wrong?
Well, the biggest one is BONK is pretty dependent on Solana, right? So if Solana has problems,
Technical issues, security breaches, even just a loss of popularity.
BONK could suffer too. They're kind of tied together.
It's a gamble. And what about regulation? That's always a wild card.
Oh, yeah. Regulation can change everything overnight. If things go south for Solana, BONK could get caught in the crossfire.
So a lot to think about. As we wrap up this deep dive into BONK, what are the key takeaways? What should our listeners remember?
Well, first things first, meme coins. Volatile, risky.
Don't put in more than you can afford to lose.
Exactly. And remember, BONK and Solana, their fates are intertwined.
What's good for one is good for the other, but the risks are shared too.
Right. And finally, this is just a snapshot, right? The crypto world is constantly changing.
Always do your research, stay
Yeah.
informed, and make smart decisions.
Exactly.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. BONK, it's a fascinating case study.
Definitely one to watch.
It is. Lots of potential, but definitely some risks too. So stay curious, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.